Ever thought your knife was sharp until it failed just when you needed it most? I've been there, trust me. And it's not just frustrating, it can be dangerous. In this video, I'm sharing 5 sharpening tips that completely changed how I care for my knives. These are lessons I wish someone had handed me on day one because they would have saved me time, money, and a few dull edges. Whether you're just getting into EDC or you've been carrying for years, these tips will help you sharpen smarter, not harder. Let's get into it. This is a knife that belongs to Dave, and Dave is one of my neighbours, one of my son's neighbours as well. So it's a Halter Force carbon steel, and you can see it's been sharpened a bit. It's pretty blunt now. I wouldn't be running my thumb along it. If I do a test just to show you, I can get a bit of a cut on it, but it takes a bit of pushing. It's not going through well. I'm sure we can do a lot better than that. The 5 tips, and I'm going to use this knife as the test for these 5 tips. The first one is, before we even start on that, is to have a practice knife. Now, you might have seen this in my other videos. This is my practice knife. So it's a cheap paring knife. It's stainless steel and it's pretty thin, but I use this a lot to practice on because if I've got a new sharpening stone, I've had this one a while now, the Sharpal, but when I first started on it to get my practice, then I use this and to get the muscle memory. And this way, I don't care if this gets scratched up, because early on, when I was first starting to sharpen, and I don't know if you can see this, this is one of my favourite knives. It was a gift from my sons on my 60th birthday. And you can see that I started sharpening this and it's a little bit scratched up. So I wish I'd been using my practice knife instead of this to practice sharpening. So don't use your best knives. Have a practice knife where it doesn't matter if you make mistakes, if it gets scratched up. Secondly, is to choose the right sharpener for the blade steel. So if it's a carbon steel one like this, you can pretty much use anything. So you can use a ceramic sharpener like this one. This is the Victorinox dual knife sharpener, and it has this ceramic sharpening rod. And this is perfect for softer steels like inox, like D2, 12C27, and the carbon steel would work well. And this is the one that I started with, and I've sharpened a lot of knives with this. Now, if you've got some of the super steels or harder steels, then you probably need a diamond stone. And the benefit of the diamond stone, and this one's from Sharpal, they can sharpen anything really. But for the harder steels, just use this one. So the second tip is choose the right sharpener. And in this case, what I like about this one from Sharpal, let's see if we can get it around here. I'm focusing on that. So it has a coarse side of 325 grit and an extra fine at 1200. So this is really almost a perfect stone for getting most of the sharpening. You do most of the work on the lower grit because that's going to do it quicker, and then you switch over to the higher grit. The other thing is to clean the blade first. So if there are dirt or oils or gum, especially if you've been using it for opening packages where there might be sellotape, so those gums and oils can sort of gum up your sharpening stone. So I recommend cleaning. I use this alcohol-based hygienic wipe. It's really good at getting those oil and gum residues off. My son's already cleaned this for me, so I wasn't able to show the before, but it came a little bit dirty. But we just make sure before we start, we get it nice and clean. Tip number 4 is to use a consistent angle. Now, this particular stone comes with an angle guide. So you can judge the angle. And most people are sharpening to 20 or possibly 17 degrees. The only thing with this is that it depends on the thickness of the blade as to how well this works. So I think this is great to start with. The most important thing with the angle, though, isn't the angle itself, but it's the consistency of the angle. So that's the other thing. So don't worry too much about getting 17 degrees or 15 degrees, but work on getting a consistent angle. Now, if you look at this, and let's see if we can get a little bit of a close-up on this. Yeah, I think you can just about see. So this is a Scandi grind. So it's got this grind here, but somebody previously has put a secondary bevel on it. So I'm not going to try and take it back to the Scandi grind. That would be a huge amount of work. But what I will do is to try and mimic that secondary bevel. And the best way that I find of doing this is putting the knife as flat as you can. So this is up against the Scandi grind then. And then just lifting it slightly just so that I can get the angle right and to match the angle that's already on it. And then to do a few passes like that, just to see how that feels. Now, another tip is to use a Sharpie. So this way you can check to see if you're removing metal evenly along the whole edge. Now, I didn't learn this until I started making videos and somebody put it in the comments. So I've put Sharpie along that edge, and I can now see, as I start to work on this, I can now see if I'm being even in removing the metal. And I can see exactly where it's gone, and I can see where I've got some work left to do. So I'm just starting with the flat of the blade, and some people are good at doing it all in one go. I'm not, so I tend to do it in 2 lots, and I'm just letting the grit do the work. So I've just got light, even pressure. Don't be too light, otherwise it takes ages, and don't be too heavy, otherwise you'll gouge bits out. And I'm just seeing if I've got a little bit of a burr on that. And we can see that most of the, let's put that here, we can see that most of the pen has gone there. So I've done that. So now I'm going to do the harder bit, which is the curve of the blade. And again, I'm trying to apply even pressure as we go into the curve and through to the tip. So I'm trying to keep the angle consistent. Now I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to do the other side now. So I've set my angle, lifted it slightly, and then I'm going to do a few more and then do the curve. So let's see if that's made any difference. So I can see I need a bit more work on the curve here. The more work we can do on this grit, then the less we have to do on the next one. Okay, I'm going to try turning the stone over now. So again, we get our angle, we try and keep it consistent. So I'm just doing the flat part just to see how that's working out. Let's try this. It's not bad. So I'm just trying to keep the angle consistent. Okay, just to do another test. And I think we've got it looking a lot better now. I'm just checking. This isn't really checking on how sharp it is. It's just checking that there's nothing there that's going to catch on it too much. Okay, that's cool. Right, so now the fifth sharpening tip is don't forget to strop. So you might have sharpened it, but if you want to get it to that extra sharpness, then use a strop. So really all a strop is some form of leather strip with some compound on. This is a Beavercraft one that I've used. It's got two lots of I think it's aluminium oxide in wax. You put these on, that works well enough. I've also got another strop which I use this particular paste. It's called Smurf Poo, which is honing or stropping paste, and just a little bit of this spread on here should be enough to give it a good strop. So it can get a little bit gunked up. For the stropping now, with the sharpening, we can go, we can pull and push. With the stropping, you only pull. So again, you get the angle right, and then you're pulling it. And very light pressure, and we're just maintaining the angle. And because this is the last stage, you do it a few times. Let me just clean some of that off. Then we're going to try it on the curved part as well. The curved part is always the more difficult part. And again, we're trying to just drag it gently without gouging. That's why we're pulling it. We're dragging it away from the blade just to get that lightly doing its work. So this is just a piece of leather stuck to a piece of wood. I think I bought this off Temu or AliExpress. It was as cheap as me buying the bits to do it, to be honest. But you can use any old piece of leather to do this. I like to put the stropping compound on the smooth part of the leather. And then I finish it off with the rough part. So very light pressure. Let's just clean that up. And I'll give it a final clean afterwards. So let's just give it a test. So much sharper. I don't think I've done too bad a job, and I've tried to keep the bevel the same. So just remember the 5 tips. Have a practice knife. Choose the right sort of sharpener for your steel. Clean the blade first so you don't have gunk on it that's gonna gum up your stone. Use a consistent angle, and don't forget the Sharpie trick. And then finally, don't forget to strop. So that's it. So 5 sharpening tips that could save your edge and your gear. If this helped you out, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more EDC wisdom and knife care tutorials. Got a tip I didn't mention or a sharpening fail you learned from? Share it in the comments. I'm always learning from this community. Thanks for watching, and why not check out this video on the Sharpal diamond stone system or this playlist on sharpening. Catch you in the next video.